Hello and welcome to Noodle Arm Productions. Today we will be going over my way too early top 25. Coming in at number 25, UCLA. UCLA and Chip Kelly bring in top quarterback Dante Moore, who should be starter week 1. However, with how loaded the Pac-12 is, I do not believe the Bruins will be a threat to win the conference. Number 24, Kansas State. Kansas State is coming off of a stellar season, winning the Big 12 title game. However, with key losses such as running back Deuce Vaughn, I do not believe they are able to replicate that feat. I fully expect Skylar Thompson to lead the Cats to another 8 or 9 win season. Number 23, Iowa. Thanks to Cade McNamara transferring in from Michigan, the Hawkeyes will actually have some sort of offense this season. Combine that with the constantly good defense that comes from Iowa, I expect an 8 or 9 win season just like the Cats. Number 22, Oregon State. DJ Uiagalelei transferring in from Clemson makes the Beavers' offense tremendously better. However, just like UCLA, they will not be competing for a Pac-12 title this year just because how loaded the Pac-12 is this season. Number 21, Wisconsin. Wisconsin made the best offseason hire, in my opinion, hiring Luke Fickell from Cincinnati. Combine that with quarterbacks Nick Evers from Oklahoma and Tanner Mordecai from SMU transferring in, the Badgers should be a threat to make the Big Ten title game year 1. Number 20, Texas. Texas has one job this season: win 10 games. With Steve Sarkisian and Quinn Ewers and potentially Arch Manning, if he is needed, having all the tools to win 10 games, it will be interesting to see if Texas can finally break the barrier and use the recruits that they get to their full potential. Number 19, South Carolina. Shane Beamer and Spencer Rattler are going to ruffle feathers in the SEC this season. Will they win the SEC? No. However, I completely have them winning 9 games this season. Number 18, Oklahoma. Brent Venables' second year will be a telling sign for the Sooners' future. They have Dylan Gabriel under center, which will have the offense clicking on all cylinders. However, if Brent Venables can bring the defense that he had at Clemson to Norman, the Sooners could be even an outside threat to make the playoffs. However, if he cannot, the Sooners have another disappointing season heading their way. Number 17, North Carolina. Mack Brown and Drake May will be torching defenses this season in the ACC. However, their defense is why I have them at 17. I have them jotted down for 10 wins, but I could completely see more. Number 16, Ole Miss. Ole Miss has whoever they really want at quarterback for the moment, and Lane Kiffin will have the offense rolling. I believe they will turn to Spencer Sanders, transfer from Oklahoma State, to start for them at quarterback, and the Rebels will have a massive upset in the SEC to change the trajectory of who wins the conference. Book it. Number 15, LSU. Brian Kelly's first season at LSU was a huge success, and he's leading the charge with Jaden Daniels in to repeat that feat and potentially do more. Will the Tigers be able to compete with Tennessee and Alabama this season is the biggest question. Number 14, TCU. TCU just had an amazing season, making it all the way to the national championship. However, they are losing many big pieces, such as Quentin Johnson, Max Duggan, and Keandre Miller. It will be interesting if Chandler Morris can step into Max Duggan's role and repeat the success that he had. And it'll be interesting to see if Sonny Dykes can repeat the season that they just had. Number 13, Notre Dame. Sam Hartman transferring in for the Irish instantly makes them a threat in any game. It will be interesting to see how Marcus Freeman does in his second season and even potentially be an outside threat for the playoffs. Number 12, Clemson. With OC Garrett Riley coming from TCU and Cade Klubnik already showing that he's the next best thing, Clemson's offense should be rolling on all cylinders come week 1. However, the biggest question will be is Dabo Swinney's defense and if they are able to compete. Number 11, Tennessee. The Vols are coming off of an amazing season, winning 11 games plus beating Alabama. However, they lose Hendon Hooker but gain top quarterback prospect Nico Amalibe, who should be starting week 1 and is potentially the best quarterback recruit this season. Will Josh Heupel be able to repeat the success that he had in the SEC this season and beat Alabama again and potentially even make the playoffs? I could believe it. Number 10, USC. The biggest question in Lincoln Riley's second season at USC is the question that he's been getting his entire career. How will his defense be? With Caleb Williams leading the charge on offense, they're instantly a top 10 team. However, I do not see Lincoln Riley improving his defense at all, and I believe that is their kryptonite again, which is why I have them at number 10 when they should be a national title threat with Caleb Williams at the helm. Number 9, Ohio State. While there is a question mark at quarterback, I cannot deny that Ryan Day has threats all over the field ready to compete for another Big Ten title. However, the biggest question mark this season for the Buckeyes is if they can beat Michigan again. Because if they can't, Ryan Day's job is a big question mark next season. Number 8, Alabama. Like Ohio State, they have a question mark at quarterback. However, personally, I cannot justify having Nick Saban any lower than 8 as long as he coaches. Number 7, Utah. Cam Rising will be a Heisman contender this season, and the Utes will be in contention for a Pac-12 title this season. Will they? Probably not. However, the Utes should not be slept on at all, and they will be most definitely heading back to a New Year's Six Bowl. Number 6, Washington. Washington's offense is going to be insane. Mix that with Heisman winner Michael Penix, because he will win the Heisman in 2023. I fully expect Washington to be a huge threat for the playoffs, with only one other Pac-12 team even threatening their chance. Number 5, Penn State. James Franklin has a team in State College right now. Mix that with Drew Altmaier leading the offense. I fully see the Nittany Lions being an outside threat to make the playoffs and possibly even being the second team to make the playoffs behind the team ahead of them. Number 4, Oregon. Dan Lanning and Bo Nix have something cooking in Eugene. The mix of Bo Nix on offense making one of the best offenses even better, and Dan Lanning drastically improving his defense will make the Ducks a national title threat and will send them back to the playoffs since 2014. Number 3, Florida State. There is a team in Tallahassee that is possibly the biggest threat for the national title next season, and it is Florida State. Mike Norvell has a team. He brings back almost everyone that he needs to from a 10-win season last season and has 9 starters, including Heisman contending Jordan Hunter on offense. I fully expect Florida State to go at least 11-1, winning the ACC title game and the ACC in general, and competing for a national title in the national championship. Number 2, Michigan. Jim Harbaugh finally has the Wolverines rolling. With J.J. McCarthy at QB, the biggest question mark will be their defense, and that will be the telltale sign if Michigan can finally make it to the national championship, or they will just be another 12-0 team that loses in the college football playoffs. Number 1, Georgia. Kirby Smart has taken over Nick Saban as the best coach in college football. He is doing everything right. His recruiting is the best. His players are insane, huge. They play hard. They play well. Georgia should be the number 1 team in the nation until they prove they are not. Everything is clicking. And for me, Georgia is by far the biggest title threat and should be title favorites for everyone, no matter who is under the helm. And with that said, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and see you later.